Hello and welcome, and today we are doing a favour for a lady called Barbara, and she wanted to know how to get all the plastic off the singers. So the reason I've got it off, Barbara, is because I'm going to show you where the points are that you need to put your screwdriver, which is far better than you watching me fiddle around trying to find them. So I've got my other one out so you know where I'm talking about. So it's basically the same. This is the 2250 traditional, and this is a different model, 2282. First of all, you take this section off, which is this bit here. I'll just show you, which is this bit here, and all it is, whoops, don't lose your screws, is one screw, and then I always keep all my screws in that at the back out of the way. Each time I get one off, I put one in. So that's it, section first, which is this bit, one screw. Let's see if I can just on, excuse me, I'll back a minute while I fetch my screwdriver. Right, just on the, where your light is, there, just there, there's a screw. I've got the wrong screwdriver, it's got to be a posi. Just loosen it off, just so it releases that plastic. No need to take that one out, just loosen it off. So that's by the light, just there. Put that down, show you again, just there. Just loosen that one off. Leave it in. And then that one's done, ready. This belongs to the bottom, but you've got to undo some screws. And this is from underneath. Undo your screws from underneath, which is basically that section there, where your feet are. So undo your screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there'll be 4 on that one as well, and that should come off. If not, you see these here, basically you just tease them like with a flat screwdriver. Once you've started to loosen all your body off, you'll be able to very gently put a flat screwdriver in and just tease things out once you've taken all your screws out. Underneath there, this section, which is underneath here, is this bit. So you should have one screw in there, which is there. So take that one out. And then obviously on the back you've got all your screws. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just double check with this one. So to release this back you would need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was aware that's it at the moment. So that's right. So what you do then, once you've taken out all your screws, you have loosened that screw off there, but leave that one in. Then your body should be, you should be able to see some daylight. If you just move it about a bit, there, look, I can move that, look. I always loosen this off as well to stop it from grabbing this lip here. So loosen your plate, either take it off, take your screws off, or leave it there. But I always make that loose. Then you're very gently using a flat screwdriver, and I'm going to show you where all the lips are. So you put your screwdriver to loosen this bit, that's one, so it'll be there. So if you put that in with all your screws out, you should be able to pull it apart, and that's where your clip is. That's one clip there, which is at the back there, and then the other clips there's two at the bottom, as you can see, one there and one there. So that'll be that one and that one. So that's that one, and that's them two, which goes like that. And so that's one, two. There's one here, which is the side bit, which is here. So it looks like there's one there. So because you're not doing that one, that's your front, that one. This is your back. So you've got 1, 2, 3 clips that when you move this about, you should be able to see a bit of daylight and use a flat screwdriver to help take that off. So that will release all that there. But the one that holds on to, the one it holds on to the most is this one, and that is there. So it's on the, so if you turn it round in front of you, so it's there. So basically that likes to cling on from the back here. So that's the one that you have to sort of like hold it up and sort of like try and manoeuvre a little bit of daylight by gently teasing it open once you've loosened all the others, took all your screws off and loosened it all. So putting it back should be easier, so they say, but before we do that, I'm not going to not take this opportunity to oil it. In all machines there's always grease. Never ever wipe the grease off or touch the grease or add to the grease. It should be a once in a lifetime, and that's always there, always around that section. Don't touch it. That's not what we're going to oil. If you move, and obviously only move this so it's going forwards, when you move a machine, you have moving parts that rub against each other. This you don't touch, and if you can see up here, you've got things here that are moving all on this end. Well, it's basically, it's joints. You've got knee joints, you've got elbow joints, anything that rubs together like that, or up and down like that. Anything that does that, drop of oil. So if you move your machine, you'll be able to see, just like any piston in a car, any joint, anything that rubs together that's metal, anything that turns and moves against each other, is just a small drop of oil. That's the section that's all greased. You shouldn't have to touch that. Make sure you can still see what I'm doing. So I've done all them bits down at the front. Basically in a machine, that's basically about all you have to worry about is the very first bit. Do you see here where you've got a piece there that's moving against each other? Well, oil it. There's an oil. Anything with a hole in that's next to it, like a piston or a joint or anything like that, and just put a bit of oil in it. You need a tiny drop. Got some more oil, and there's some holes down here Well, I've got the back off, why not? Anything that moves against each other, metal to metal, another hole there. Basically, that's it, that's all you need to do. Never touch the grease, never wipe it off, never add to it. It should be from manufacturers once in a lifetime. So that's basically it. Once you've found all your oil bits and you've made sure it's nice and clean, brush I need. To be honest, I don't think this is dirty, but while I've got it off, opportunity. Can you see what I'm doing? I showed you how to do all this the last time on the inside of here on my other video. So that should be nice and clean and done. It's not making any squeaks or noises, it's nice and smooth. All the oil's now in. I'm happy with that. So now let's take this off. Take this off. Might as well have it all out. Give it a brush. And of course a good old blow. Anyway, I've showed you all where the lips are that you need to concentrate on. So if we put it back together, then you'll have to reverse this in your head. So let's turn it round that way, and let's hope it goes back. Obviously top. It's just a matter of sliding things in. Right, so that just slid all back together. But as you can see, the joints are not in yet, so then we have to. Do you see why this? That's it, then that goes underneath that. If that weren't there, that wouldn't have been in the way. I could take that off actually, it is in the way. I was trying to be clever. Ow. Right, that's together there. So I'm going to put a screw in to hold that top section. If you've got certain screws that fit in certain holes in any machine, then where you take them off, screw them, sellotape them to that area, or put them, write it down. But I think these are all the same. So it's just a matter of holding it together. So that's the top bit, just very loosely, it isn't completely in. That's together down there, so that clip went back in all right. But the one we had problems getting it out, look, is the clip that don't want to go back in the centre there. Like I see how it just clipped? Once you got it right and pushed, then it just clipped in together. So I just want to hold that. There's one. So the reason I did it this way, Barbara, was that I could show you where to put your screwdriver so you're not pressing and pushing with your flat screwdriver on the wrong place. So now I can't remember if I did this. So right. This needs a clean, so I'm just going to stop for a minute, clean it, then come back. Right, so that's had a wash, it's a bit better. That's gone into there. So there's then two clips there, that one there and that one there, and it's obviously it's just sitting in there. Right, so that's more screws. Them other screws didn't want to go in, so they weren't the right ones, obviously. Foot somewhere. A couple of feet here. So one goes in there. See, my feet unscrew, so yours should as well. Just get some out of the way. And I'll put some pads on the bottom of mine. So that don't fit there, so so what's the difference between that one and that one? So that must be there then. Right, I'm going to do the feet in a minute. I ain't going to worry about them. Feet are the last thing to worry about. Right, so, and then this has to go on. And obviously this opens at the front because that's your tray, which is on there. So obviously that goes underneath. I told a lie, it's not on the tray, it's on the front of where you put your bobbin, look. So once you've got the gist of where that goes, right, that sits flush from the back there. You can still see me. That sits flush, then that will sit flush, then that should pop in, and then we have a screw. I'm assuming it's one of these. If it doesn't work, you can always change the screw. You can always sellotape the screw to the part. So that should have gone on. So obviously, then push all that together, then that should fit in the right place. All the joints are all closed up. All the joints are all closed up there. Right, tighten that screw up. I've got 2 screws left over here, might be me. So remember that screw we loosened? Just there. Need to tighten that back up. I don't know what it does, but it always gets in the way. Right, so I've got 2 here left over. I need one for this, which is that one. That one. So I must have a screw I've got to put on somewhere. That one. That's one of those. Timber, that's the table moving. Right, that can't be the right screw, but we'll leave that for now. Right, there's no screws there, that screws in. That's on nice and tight. Right, I've got a screw here. You've got a screw just here. That must be the big long one there. Right, so that's all in. I've just got to sort out my feet. That's a foot. That's a foot. That's a foot, and there's the other foot. That's a screw. that's a screw, that's in, that's in. So once you've got no screws left, I've got two, but they're not screws for that. There was something else and I can't remember what it is. And I've got the one for this. That's actually already in. So put it on. That's it. And then do that up. That's oiled and cleaned, and I showed you where all the tabs are. Oh, I know, them screws are for there. So, and I don't know if I ever showed you how to do a bobbin before, but your bottom tension, I might as well do this at the same time. Any machine that's got one of these, I just can't think now which way I'm doing this. I haven't used this machine for ages. That way, I think. If you hold it up, once you've put it in where you're supposed to put it, as if you were going to put it in there, and then go like that, you don't want it to, if it falls down a lot, that's too loose. If there's no movement at all, you only want a little bit, and it's too tight. So basically it's no movement or too loose is wrong. Make sure there's no lint or anything in there. And then you've got a knob at the top of this that should tell you there's an indent at the bottom. This is for other people, not Barbara. Barbara probably knows this. And then that lip, that there, sits in there, so you know which way around this goes. It's that way. The first thing we have to do is put this in. You see where on the inside this moves, this arc there? Well, we've got to put, this is the other half to it. That's one arc, this is the other arc. So basically it just gently sits opposite it. So if you put it so it's like that, and put this so it's like that, and you've got, it forms a complete circle. And you get the lip at the bottom here, or the nib that sticks out, fits in there at the bottom. Holds that all in, and then don't forget to put, you've got two bars here. You must move that over and clip that in. So if you move it now, there's a circle. Okay, so that's that bit done. I don't know, I'll have to get my book out because I don't know whether this is left or right thread, because it's been a while since I've used this one. So I'm just going to put this back together, set it all up, then we'll have a sew. Well, there you go then, Barbara. I hope some of that helps, but this is the one here that will probably give you the most jip. Make sure you take all the screws out, loosen all the others up, and then if you do that one last, it might just fall away at the back. The other thing is, my bulb went out once I was setting this up, and all I did was take that back off and loosen the bulb up. But I don't know if you realise, I've had to change that once since I've had it a few years. It's a fridge light. The bulb that goes inside your fridge, that's all that's inside one of these. And I've got 3 or 4 in my cupboard for when any of mine go. So there you go then, Barbara. I hope some of that helps, and if I can answer anybody else's question about anything else, please feel free to ask. Thank you for joining me. Please hit the like and subscribe button and you'll be notified when I have a new video. Thank you. Bye bye.